Okay, there we go. Good morning, Facebook and Instagram. Hello, hello. I'm gonna do up all the buttons on this. I feel like last couple times I tried it on, I kind of left the buttons down, so I'm like, what happens? Oh, I don't like that one. That one's a little too close to the neck. I'm gonna leave that one unbuttoned. Maybe. There we go. But I do like the rest. Buttoned up for this one. Do our classic millennial tuck. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. Good morning, Cheryl. Hello. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Hello, hello. All right. Thank you. All right, good morning, everyone. I'll give everyone another couple of minutes to hop on in. I'm just putting some stuff back on my rack. Okay. Hello, hello, good morning. Happy first day back after a long weekend for a lot of us. Hello, good morning. I feel like for a lot of people with school-age kids, they're like, oh no, this means my summer's halfway over already. But, I mean, it is what it is. Summer's so fast. That's something I always think funny is like when I talk to my nephews who are quite young, they're like in elementary school, is I remember how long the summer used to seem when I was a little kid, and now it's like I blink and an entire month is gone. It's like totally time, like I always heard that like, oh, time goes faster when you're older, and I was like, no, that just makes it, yeah, absolutely, it totally does. All right, with that, I think we are ready to get started for the morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle. I am the size 3X model here at Lavender and Lace, well, like 2X, 3X, the upper end of our plus size offerings. So I typically wear a size 3X top and bottom, sometimes 2X. I wear an 18W in Judy Blues. And for height reference, I am 6'1", so I am quite tall, so the jeans end up being a little bit short of me sometimes, and same with sleeves, so I do talk about that, how it is relevant to me being the tall person that I am. I also have a smaller bust for someone who is a size 2X, 3X. I wear a 44C/46B. 46B is really hard to find, hence why I usually have to go with my like sister size of 44C, so definitely on the smaller side of a chest for someone who wears a 3X, but that is me. So with that, we will go along with the daily drops, and we are starting with the stuff for today's daily drop. I tried out just doing kind of like random, but I find that my brain is so like precise, it likes doing things in like order and systems, and so I am going to keep doing my like mostly just kind of going through the order of the week. So I am wearing 2 of the 3 pieces here that are launching today at 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time as part of the Tuesday drop. So the first one here is, we have seen her a couple of times in black and navy, and now we have another awesome neutral. This is the Starlight Polo Sweater Top in brown. This one's retailing for $39, and it is available in sizes small through 3X. I'm wearing my typical 3X in this one, very true to size. The material in this one is the same awesome stretchy ribbed knit. It's a viscose polyester blend for this one. We are all wearing our true sizes, so Christine is in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa wears the extra large, and I am in the 1X for this one. So it is an extra large as the medium size, and then 2X and 3X. This is from the brand Blue Pepper. This one is a little bit of a cropped length. It's not like crop top super short, but you can see that it's kind of like just above my natural hips. It is straight across front and back. I'll see if I can tuck the tag back. We do have like a true folded polo style collar on this one that goes all the way around. And then we have these snap buttons in the front with this kind of brass looking hardware. These are fully functional. You can do them all up. I did at the very start, I tried buttoning this one up, but for myself, this one's just a little bit too tight around my neck. It was giving me a little bit of sensory issues, so I undid that one, but I do like how it looks. I also liked how it looked on myself. I'm undoing like the first 2 or even the first 3. If you wanted to be a little bit saucier, you could definitely unbutton all of them. And then if you wanted to style, we've had a lot of Ronnies coming back lately. If you wanted to put like a little pop of color with a Ronnie to have it like peek out of here, that would be really cute too. With it being a cropped length, it is very good for doing the classic French tuck or the millennial tuck, just to tap into the top of a pair of like higher waisted jeans, and it works really, really well for that. It'll also, because it is shorter, it'll tuck really nicely into high waisted jeans as well, because you're not gonna have too much fabric like bunched up in the front of your jeans, because it is a little bit on that shorter side of length here. So again, this is the Starlight Polo Sweater Top in brown, $39. This one is available in sizes small through 3X with an extra large as the medium size. And we are all wearing our typical sizes for this one. And I'll show off these super cute Risen jeans as well while I'm here, because again, a nice thing about having this be a little bit more of a crop top, I can just kind of like fold it up on itself and we're gonna be able to see all of the details on these jeans. So these are the high-rise light wash embroidered wide crop tummy controls. That is a lot, but we call them the Noahs. And again, these are from Risen. These ones are retailing for $94, and they are available in sizes 5 through 15 for the straight sizes, and then in plus size we go 1X, 2X, and 3X. I actually ended up sizing down to the 2X in these jeans quite comfortably. Even in the 2X, we can see I still have quite a bit of wiggle room in the waistband, but not so much that it feels like they're going to slide around. I also don't have too much fabric in the hip and thigh area in the 2X, so I'm very, very comfortable in these. I was a little bit surprised because typically with Risen jeans, I'm like pretty in the 3X. There's been a couple of the wide leg crops where I've been kind of like in between the 2X or the 3X, but for these ones, I am definitely like the 2X. The 3X was absolutely just too big on me. So I'm curious, I'll check the fits for the other girls because I'm curious if they size down as well. So Christine, so essentially, yes, so Christine's typically a 5 in Risen, and she could wear the 3 or the 5. Carrie's between a 9 and 11, and she opted for the 9 in these. Melissa is in her usual 1X, and then I opted for the 2X for these ones. So if you are in between sizes, I would say with this pair you could probably opt for the smaller of the 2 sizes, and you will still be very comfortable in these since I sized down. So they have these really cute, I'm trying to think of the best way to like get it up close on camera. It might be if I just bring another pair off the rack to show it off, because it's kind of hard for me to like hike up my leg high enough for you guys to see, but I want to get up close so you can see the really cute little embroidered details that are all over the jeans. It's just these cute little like leaf motifs, and they are fully embroidered. They're not just, you know, like appliques or anything. They are fully embroidered into the jeans, and they're just that really nice like light stitching on top of an already like light wash, which I think is really cute. So it's subtle, but it's still noticeable because it is embroidered over like the whole jean, if that makes sense. Super cute. I love the details on these ones. These are also described as a crop, so they do look a little bit short on me, but that is the intention because they are a wide leg crop. That is not just me being tall for ones. And I do find that Risen typically is a little bit longer than in like their standard stuff than Judy Blue, so that does make sense that the crop actually looks like a crop on me and not like a full-on capri. So again, these are the Noahs, or in other words, the high-rise light wash embroidered wide crop tummy control jeans from Risen. These are retailing for $94. They are available in sizes 5 through 15, and then 1X, 2X, and 3X. I size down to a 2X for these ones. I typically wear a 3X in Risen, sometimes a little bit in between, but this one I am like fully in the 2X very comfortably. All right, I have one more top that is going to be launching today as part, well, that comes in plus anyways, that's part of this launch. But before I do that, I'm just double checking because I have a little flash sale. I want to make sure I get the code right. So Christine texted it to me. So we have so these ones do not come in plus, but since I'm the one going live today, I wanted to share this with everyone anyways. These are the Susie Ruffle Baby Doll tops, And these guys are going on a flash sale. The code is live and it will be available until midnight tonight, so you can add these to your cart and check out anytime today. These are the Susie Ruffle Baby Doll tops, and they will be on 50% off with the code SUSIE50. That's all lowercase, so Susie, S-U-S-I-E, flash 50, and you'll be able to pick these up for 50% off. So we have the color Ocean. This color is pink. I'll flip it around. That's the pink. This is the Ocean, and then this is, I'm assuming, just black, ash black. So these are the options that we'll have. So again, these are on flash sale for today, and they will be on flash sale until midnight tonight. So they will be 50% off. These are available in sizes small, medium, large. So I just wanted to share that. Do not come in plus, so they don't work for me. But again, since I am going live today, I did want to give them a quick little shout out. All right, let us change into the other top that is part of today's live. Not today's live, obviously all the things I'm wearing are going to be part of today's live, but today's drop for 8 p.m. All right, so this is from the brand Michelle May. We had a few of the Ruffle Tanks launch last week from them. For this brand, I'm pretty consistently a size 2X rather than a 3X. I do find that their sizing tends to lean a little bit generous in the plus sizes. And because of that, with the Ruffle Tanks, they actually came up to a 4X. And even then, I found that the 3X was just a little bit too much, so the 2X is kind of comfortably where I'm sitting. For this top, for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, but this one actually was only available up to a 2X, but I am totally A-okay with that because the 2X would have been the size I took anyways. So that works for me. So this again is from the brand Michelle May. This is the Blair long sleeve top in the shade Harvest Charm Floral. I believe this is the same pattern as one of the Ruffle Tanks, or one of the Ruffle tops from last week. So this one's retailing for $54 and it's available in sizes small through 2X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X. So these are true to size, but if you're between sizes, we would recommend sizing down. Christine goes with the small, carries in the medium. Melissa goes for the extra large as opposed to the 1X. And considering I find the plus sizes to be on the generous side, I think that makes total sense. And then again, I am in the 2X for these. This one is a rayon spandex blend. It gives that typical like soft jersey knit t-shirt feel. My favorite detail on this top is that it does have the thumb holes like ampersands and some of the Shirley stuff that we have. And the sleeves are long enough, as I mentioned at the beginning of my live, being tall, that is something I like to talk about, is length in sleeves, legs, torsos, and this top is definitely tall girl approved. As we can see, it is quite long. If you are on the petite side, this would even be potentially tunic length for you. On me, it's not quite tunic length, but it's definitely a really nice long length. We can see that it is, there's no scalloping on the sides. It is kind of the same length front and back, and it is just straight across. But I do have lots of length in the sleeves. I'm able to use the little thumb holes, no problem. And we can see it's not trying to like pull up my arm. It's not gonna cut off circulation to my thumb or anything like that. I have lots of room in the shoulders, in the arms, even in the 2X. So the sleeves are a really nice length, even if you have tall girl, long sprawling arms like I do, which is fantastic. So again, this is the Blair long sleeve top in Harvest Charm Floral. $54 for this one, sizes small through 2X with both an extra large and a 1X. We're all wearing our typical sizes, but if you are in between sizes, I would suggest sizing down, especially in the plus size range, because the plus sizes seem to be cut pretty generous. For the brand as a whole, I've worn a 2X in everything I've tried recently. So. And I think some of that is because I'm smaller than the last time we've had Michelle May, but I think a lot of that is also just because of the way that it's cut. Okay, so that is everything that is launching today that is available in Plus. So we can move on to the Wednesday daily drops, which has a few more things that are available in Plus, as well as a cardigan that's not technically Plus, but I can wear the large very easily and it still fits quite oversized, so I'll definitely try that one on. I also have a pair of RFM jeans. I've been super loving RFM jeans. They've been such an amazing fit. And then I also have the Janie V-neck tank. So let me swap into those and I will be back once again. Okay. Okay. Jeans. Make sure I've got the right size of the tank. I'm going to tie up the tank so that I can talk about the jeans first, and then I'll untie it once we've covered that. Okay, and then I'm going to line up this sweater. So this cardigan, this one is technically small, medium, large, but it's very oversized. It's very, I don't want to say free sizing, but it's really accommodating in its sizing, so you can get a lot of range out of the different sizes. So I'm wearing the size large here, and as you can see, it is still a very slouchy, drapey cardigan, even on me, who is typically 2X, 3X, sizing down into the large. So definitely worth showing off, even if the label doesn't specifically label it as plus size, it still works on a plus size body. So I wanted to make sure to try it. So this is the CC cardigan in fuchsia combo. This one's retailing for $79. Like I said earlier, it is small, medium, large. The brand for this one is called Lumiere. I'm not super familiar with them, probably because they don't typically make plus sizes. But again, even if this one doesn't have a plus size on the tag, it very obviously still works for someone who is plus size, hence why we are showing it here. So again, this one's retailing for $79. I am in the size large. This one is a mixture of nylon, wool, acrylic, and polyester. I do recommend wearing this one with something with sleeves under it, at least until the first time you wash it. It does, because it does have a little bit of wool in it. It does have a little bit of that like wool scratchy texture. It's not bad though. Like, it's like I'm wearing this with a v-neck, and the only spot that I can really tell is like where this seam is. I can kind of feel it, and I'm also someone who's like quite sensitive to fabric texture and stuff like that. But like I said, it's not bad if you wore this with something with t-shirts. I think really the issue is like where this seam is, and other than that, it's going to be totally fine everywhere else in my body. Totally fine. And I also know that usually if you like wash it once with fabric softener and like hang to dry, that does help quite a bit as well. Yeah, so this is the CC cardigan, and it is an oversized fit, so we do recommend sizing down. So both Christine and Carrie are wearing the small, and both Melissa and I are very comfortable wearing the large. In this one, if I turn around again, we can see, like, again, very oversized fit. You can definitely size down. I mean, if you wanted to keep your regular size to keep it that like super slouchy oversized vibe, you still totally can, but you still get that vibe even when you are sizing down. Again, this one is available in sizes small, medium, large, and will be retailing for $79. Okay, I will take off the cardigan. While I have the tank top tied up, I will do the jeans, and then we can untie the tank top and we'll talk about that one. So again, I've been obsessed with RFM jeans. They fit so nice. They definitely remind me a lot of the way that Judy's fit. I have been pretty consistently, like, whatever size I would wear in Judy is what I've been taking in RFM. So these are the Chloe High Rise Wide Leg Jeans in medium wash. These ones are retailing for $84, and they are available in sizes 3 through 17, which 17 is very interesting because typically like junior sizes, which is what it's considered when it's like odd numbers like that, stop at 15. Seeing a 17 is very interesting. That doesn't happen very often, which is the equivalent of 33 waist measurement. So it's available in sizes 3 through 17, and then for the plus sizes, it's 14, 16, 18, and 20. So I'm wearing the 18 in these. That is pretty consistently what I have been wearing in RFM. That is also consistently what I wear in Judy Blue these days. So again, I think that it's very similar to Judy Blue sizing, and that rings true for everyone else as well. So Christine's typically a 3 in Judy's, she wears a 3. Carrie's typically a 9, she wears the 9. Melissa's typically a 14, she wears 14. And like I already said, I'm typically an 18, and I am also wearing the 18 in these ones. So very consistent with Judy sizing. So if we back up, we can see these are definitely a nice high-rise fit. The pockets are a little bit on the shallower side, but they do still have nice usable front pockets. There's just the slightest hint of whiskering on the front pockets here, and then a bit more fading on the thighs. No physical distressing. And then if we turn around to the back, just imagine this big tag is here, or isn't here. You'll see that there is even less fading on the back. So they are just a very like classic, clean cut kind of jean. These are absolutely the kind of jean that you can tuck a dress shirt into and wear these to work in a corporate office. These are ones you could wear with a blazer, but you could also wear them with a crop top like I am and dress them down as well. They're definitely like a perfect staple kind of jean because they are such a blank canvas that can go up or down or wherever you need them to go in your wardrobe. So super nice jeans, and like I said, I'm super impressed with the fit and the feel that for everything that I've tried with RFM so far. So again, these are the Chloe high-rise wide leg jeans in a medium wash from RFM. They're retailing for $84, which I feel like is an amazing price point. I think that I was expecting these to be like low 90s, to have them be like low mid 80s is fantastic. Again, they're available in sizes 3 through 17 and then 14 through 20 for plus sizes. And we are all wearing our typical Judy Blue sizing for this one, which includes myself in my usual 18. And finally, for the Wednesday drop, I am wearing the Janie V-neck tank in Sage. This is currently knotted. Let me undo it. I do like this fabric because like that was tied for a few minutes and it's like barely wrinkled in the front, which is really handy. This is a pretty nice fabric for resisting things like that. So this is the Janie V-neck tank in the color Sage. This one's retailing for $37. This is from the brand Hamish. This is part of the small Hamish stock that we managed to get. We're not fully bringing them back due to tariffs and stuff like that, but they did give us some incentives to bring some in, so we did, and this was part of that. So it is available in sizes small through 3X, with a 1X large being the midpoint. I am wearing the 2X in this one. I've always kind of found that the Janie V-necks were a little bit on the like oversized kind of cut, even when I was a true 3X and I was still wearing like a 20 in Judy Blues. I was finding that the 3X and the Janie V-neck felt even a little bit big then. So now that I am more of a 2X, 3X and a true 18 in Judy's, I have sized down to the 2X and I definitely appreciate that fit a little bit more. It is a relaxed fit, quite relaxed. So if you are between sizes, you can definitely size down to have it be a little bit less oversized. That's what Carrie does. So Christina's in the small. Carrie also sizes down to the small. Melissa's in the 1X, and I used to wear the 3X in this one, but I have now started sizing down to the 2X. I feel like I'm not sacrificing anything to do so. It's just not quite as like drapey and flowy and oversized. It's more of just like a nice like slim fit now. I still have a lot of movement. It still just kind of brushes over my stomach and my hips. It's not clinging anywhere, and it still has a lot of length. It's not full on tunic length for me, but it still gives a lot of nice coverage in the back for this one. Good morning, Caroline. Hello. All right. So once again, this is the Janie V-neck tank in Sage. This one's retailing for $37, sizes small through 3X, with a 1X large available as the mid-size. And this one, we would say size down if you're in between sizes. Both myself and Carrie opt to size down in this style. All right. I believe, yes, that is everything that is launching on Wednesday that comes in plus, or that I could make work for me because that cardigan wasn't technically a plus. So let me hop on to the Thursday stuff. I think Thursday is all tops. Yes, it is, which is a-okay with me because I can just leave these jeans on and they're super comfy. So that is definitely not something I'm gonna complain about. So I will throw on one of the Thursday tops and be right back. Let's start with this cute little blouse from Hamish. There we go. I love this fun, like, it's animal print, but it almost looks like floral because it's this like green patterning, but when you get close, it's like actually an animal print, which is super cute. The only one I've seen so far, Michelle, is the sage. I'm not sure if we have any more colors in the Janie coming up. That would probably be a Carrie or Christine question or something to ask customer service. If you message them on Instagram or Facebook, they would know better than I do. I only get to see like whatever's been put on my rack. I don't have, like I can't see like future inventory from where I'm at, so it's worth asking, but I haven't seen anything yet. But that is a great question, because I know like that's one that's been a long tried and true favorite since I've been here, which has, you know, been like 2.5 years now. So yes, so unfortunately I don't have any information right now other than I don't think so, but there could be, I don't know. Okay, so this is the Emma Jane tee in pink multi. This one's retailing for $44. This one is also Hamish, available in sizes small through 3X, with the medium size being a 1X for this one. This one is full polyester. It's that blousey material, as I like to call it. There's a little bit of stretch in this one, but it's not two-way stretch. It's a fairly like standard like blousey material, if that makes sense. It's not like the typical jersey knit t-shirt. So it does give it a little bit more of like an elevated feel. Even though it's still cut like a t-shirt, it feels more like a dress-up blouse. So this one is a little bit more of a fitted style in the top, especially in the sleeves and the shoulders, and then it's a little bit more like A-line cut kind of from the bust down into the t-shirt. So this one is true to size. We even described it in here as a lightweight blousey material, so apparently that's just caught on, but I'm always like, it's blousey. So this is, Christine's in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X, and I'm in my typical 3X for this one. As you can see, it does have that like V-neck t-shirt cut in the front, and then if I turn around to the back, another thing that just gives it a little bit more of an elevated vibe from just like a classic t-shirt is that we do have the yoke kind of like a blouse or a dress shirt would in the back, just to give it a little bit of something to snazz it up a bit. Again, this is the Emma Jane tee in pink multi. Size is small to 3X for this one, and everyone is wearing their true size in this guy, including myself in my usual 3X. Okay, what do we want to do next? Let's do the long sleeve top. I'm also gonna be right back. I need to grab a charge cord for my iPad, because this thing, like, the phones are fine. They can be at like 50% and I can start at 11, they'll be fine. This, we've only been live for half an hour and it's gone from like 48% to 17. This thing just chews through battery and I don't know why. So I will be right back. Uh-oh, and I accidentally unplugged one of my lights while I was doing this. I'm not surprised. There we go. I think. Yeah. Okay, let's get it together. Okay, there we go. iPad is plugged in. There we go. I'm going to change it to a different top now. Both t-shirts, but very different vibes, with the first one being blousey material and more of like a fitted cut, and now this one being like a loose and oversized kind of vibe here. So this is the Nova Wash tee in Blackberry. We had the Nova Wash tee in a couple of other colors, and we only had them in the straight sizes. I think they came small, medium, and large, extra large. but we found that the large, extra large, I could still wear it, but it was more like a fitted tee. And then we found that we could get other colors and the size range was a little bit more extended. So this one is the shade Blackberry, which is the perfect description for it, where it's this kind of like bluish, purplish, like deep color. Hey Reen, hello, thank you for hopping in. And we still have that kind of bleach washed effect on this one. So like Blackberry is absolutely the perfect name for this color. And so this one is available in small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, 2X, or 2X, 3X. So I can wear anything from the large, extra large to the 2X, 3X. I'm currently wearing the 2X, 3X. It is definitely my preference because the intended fit of this is to be, sorry, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh. There's a little bit of like sawdust and stuff kind of in the air here because of course you won't be able to see it, but in the room next to where I'm filming right now, we've been doing some of the renovations and stuff and turning it into the staff kitchen because of how we've done the barely moving, like switching in the building. And so there's just a little bit of sawdust from some of the work that they've been doing in there. So that is why I'm a little bit sneezy, so I apologize. Good afternoon, Linda, hello. So yeah, so this is the 2X, 3X. So when I'm wearing this one, it gives that big, slouchy, oversized, like boyfriend tee vibe that it is intended. Like I said, I can wear the large, extra large that I tried in other colors that launched previously that only came in small, medium, and large, extra large, and I could wear it, but it gave more of just like a typical like fitted t-shirt with a slightly dropped shoulder. Still looked really cute, just not the slouchy vibe. And so with this one, I tried on the 2X, 3X, and I didn't even bother putting on the 1X, 2X because as soon as I put this on, I was like, oh yeah, this is absolutely the vibe that I would go for. I love these wash shirts when they give this like big oversized vibe. And again, because we know that I love to tie up my t-shirts, I love when I have a t-shirt that's really broad in the shoulders like this that I can do this to, because when I do tie it up in a knot in the middle like this, I love that it almost gives like a dolman sleeve effect where it's like tied really nice around my waist and then it's really nice and slouchy, especially with the dropped shoulder on the Nova one. I think it's just super cute. Here's how it looks in the back when I have it kind of cinched up like that. And then if I undo it, you can see it's a little bit more loose and flowy. So I would say like go with your true size for like a real oversized fit, but if you wanted it to be a little bit more of like a classic t-shirt fit, you could definitely get away with sizing down. So again, this is the Nova Wash Tee in Blackberry, $39 for this one. Small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, 2X, and 2X, 3X. I prefer the 2X, 3X to get that intentionally oversized fit, but I can size all the way down to a large, extra large if I want to have more of like a typical t-shirt fit. With that being said, most of the other girls prefer to size down as well. Christine can't really because small, medium is the smallest. But Carrie also wears the small, medium, and Melissa opted for the large, extra large, as opposed to the 1X, 2X. This one is 100% cotton, by the way, too, and you can tell when you put it on, it is so soft and so breathable. All right, so we've done the Emma Jane, we've done the Nova, I've got the Lena, and we have the Lady G. So let me do the Lena first, and then we have the Lady G ribbed tee in 2 different colors. So what I will do is I will put one on and then just kind of show the other one to the camera, just to save myself a clothing change moment. They are the same. I do have photos in both of them that will be going live when we launch them because I did take product photos for both, but they do fit exactly the same. Okay, but first, let's do the Lena ribbed long sleeve in fuchsia. This, I believe, this is also Hamish. I think a lot of this launches Hamish. Yeah, so this one is Hamish. This one is retailing for $49, sizes small through 3X with a 1X large as the medium size for this one. It is a polyspandex blend for the rib material. It's that one that we've seen from Hamish a lot where it's the kind of like squiggly ribs, if that makes sense, as we can see here. And then it is this deep fuchsia with black jaguar printings on top. So this one is a little bit more of a relaxed fit. I am wearing the 3X. I can do the 2X or the 3X in this one. For this style of top, I do prefer them to be a little bit on the looser, more relaxed side. So I did keep my 3X for this one. Carrie and Christine both opted for the small. Melissa is in the 1X for this one. And like I said, I can do the 2X or the 3X. but this is the 3X. I photographed it in the 3X just because when I wear these kinds of tops, I want to have that little bit of the drop in the shoulder. This does have a drop shoulder style. I want to have that longer sleeve, which as we can see here when I put my hands down, the sleeve is coming past my wrist and almost up to, it's kind of like at my knuckles at the back of my hands, almost up to the first knuckle on my finger, which is great. If I step to the side and stick it out, I still have lots of length in the sleeve. The length is really nice on these as well. They're almost tunic length on me, which means for most folks who are not 6'1", you'd be able to wear this tunic length if you did go with your regular size. And we can see that it's mostly the same length front and back and no scalloping or anything, just the same length on the sides. So again, you could size down if you want it to be a little bit more of a closer fit because it is quite relaxed, but if you want to lean into the relaxed fit, you can go with your true size. I can do either or in this one, but I prefer the 3X just to get that little bit of extra slouch and keep the sleeve length. And yeah, just like Linda said, they do have really good and long sleeves, which I am definitely appreciative as a tall person. So again, this is the Lena ribbed long sleeve top in fuchsia. This one's from Hamish, $49. Size is small through 3X with a 1X being the median. True to size, but you can size down if you want it to be a little bit less relaxed and a little bit more of a closer fit. Okay, yes, so everything for Thursday except for the Lady G. We have it in gray, heather gray, and in black. I think I'll put on the heather gray because it's easier to see the ribbing and the puff sleeve and everything like that. So I will do the heather gray and then I'll bring out the black as well just so we can take a look, but they are identical in fit. Material feels the same just because I know sometimes with tops and stuff like this, even if they are the same cut, if there's like a different composition of the material or sometimes for whatever reason, like the way that the dye process works, sometimes like one color will be slightly less stretchy than the other or something like that. It can happen. That was not the case with these. They fit exactly the same. The fabric feels exactly the same between the two. There we go. So the Lady G ribbed sleeve tees are definitely a fitted style. They're I kind of like to call them like a faux bodysuit, where they're giving like the vibes that you get from having a bodysuit without having to deal with like the problems of a bodysuit, like the tail and having it be an ordeal every time you go to the bathroom. So as we can see, this is definitely a slimmer cut style. It's not like body suckingly tight like a second skin or something like that. I do still have a little bit of wiggle room, but it's definitely fitted, especially in the bust and the shoulders for me, just because I do have a wide set shoulders. So again, this is the Lady G ribbed puff sleeve tee. This is the heather gray that I'm wearing. They're both the heather gray and the black are going to be retailing for $39, and they're available in sizes small through 3X, with the median size being a 1X for these ones. So these are also from Hamish. The material on this one, I'm assuming, is a poly spandex blend. Sure is. And this one is also a rib material. This is not the wavy ribbed material. This is more like the typical ribbed material that you're going to see on like a t-shirt. It's a little bit wider space than some others, but it's the rib material that you're expected to give you that really good horizontal stretch. And then we can see, this is why I wanted to wear the heather gray, because I can really show off the puff sleeve details. We have this little darting that goes down the sleeve, and then we have all the extra fabric, and it just kind of poofs up and then kind of gathers in the middle. And then the length of the sleeve itself is really nice. It's like a half sleeve. It terminates just above the elbow for me, and probably like at the elbow for other folks, just because I do have longer arms. I also do have bigger upper arms, and this is comfortable for me. Like, it is definitely like the circumference of my arms, but it's not compressive, it's not tight, it's not going to start leaving red lines or anything like that on my skin, but it is definitely like tummy control, but for my arm, if that makes sense. Like, there is definitely a little bit of compression happening, but again, it's not uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to squish sausage into a casing or anything like that. It is just a more snug style of arm, but again, not uncomfortably so. And I do think that you could have arms even slightly larger than mine, and you're not going to have any issues with that. Hi Lori, hello. So here we can see again the cute little darting that runs up the sleeve, and we can really see the dramatic poof that happens here. And then for the rest of the top, it is just that really nice more form-fitting, like form-skimming t-shirt style with that, and it is quite long as well. Like I said, you definitely, the way that I would style this would be to tuck it into a pair of high-waisted jeans and pretend it's a bodysuit without having to deal with any of the downsides of actually having to wear a bodysuit, because 90% of the time if I'm wearing a bodysuit, I'm not doing it up anyways. I'm just letting the little thingies dangle and hope that they don't somehow like make themselves appear like if I go to the bathroom I'm not going to come out with the tail sticking back out the top or something. So again, this is the heather gray that I am wearing, and then we also have it in black. I just figured it'd be easier to show off the ribbing details and stuff, but the black also has that same dart running on the sleeve to give that really awesome puff sleeve effect. And it's not just the ruching, like there really is that dimension. If I pull my hair back, you can see that there is like a little like poof, a little poof of like where it is coming off the shoulders, which is really fun. I like that the black one, even if you can't see the gathering as much, you can still see in the silhouette that you're getting that poof. And then up close, of course, you can actually see everything. It's just from a distance, it wouldn't read as detailed as this, but still super cute. So we have it again in the black and the heather gray. This is the Lady G ribbed puff sleeve tee. $39 for both of them, small through 3X, and I wear the 3X for both of these. They fit exactly the same. It's not one of those situations where like one of the colors fits slightly differently than the other or anything like that. They are both the same fit. I'm just making sure. I think that was everything, but now I'm like, wait, is there, oh no, we do have, Thursday is apparently where all the plus size stuff is at, because I have a ton of stuff. We have another t-shirt. This one's from Zenana. I have the Madison short sleeve tee, so I'll go throw that one on. This one is also gray, but this one is a little bit of a darker heather gray. Okay. That one off. This one on. There we go. So this one is from Zenana. This is the Madison short sleeve tee in black melange. Oh, what a fancy word, melange. Ooh. So this is going to be retailing for $34. This one is available in sizes small through 3X, with the medium size being a 1X for this one. We do find this one is true to size. You could size down if you want it to be a little bit less of like a drapey relaxed fit. So Christina's in the small, Carrie also opted for the small, Melissa is in the 1X, and I opted to keep my usual 3X just for the length, and I liked a little bit more of that drape as well. This one is a poly spandex blend. This one is that like thicker, like not quite t-shirt, not quite sweater material that we've seen from Zenana before. I'll get up close so you can see, like, you can kind of see the inside where it's got that like woven back kind of detail where it's kind of like thin sweatshirt material, and then the top is that really nice kind of like brushed blanket fearing material. So I feel like this would be a really good fall t-shirt. Like, it's a really good transition. The texture definitely reads fall to me, because it does have that kind of like brushed texture to it. It's super soft, very snuggly. It does have a little bit, not quite like a full dolman sleeve, but it's kind of a dolman sleeve actually. And then with that, of course, there's not really like a defined shoulder, so it's like the whole thing is a drop shoulder. It's not super long for a like dolman drop shoulder type top. We can see that it does get a little bit of that dipping on the sides and higher in the front that dolman sleeve tops will get, but it's not super long by any means. Just kind of like a typical t-shirt length, maybe even a little bit slightly shorter for this one. So again, this is the Madison short sleeve tee in a black melange, very fancy. Small through 3X for this one. Carrie and Christine both opted for the small. Everyone else is in their true size, and this one's retailing for $34. Okay, so that is finally all of the stuff on Thursday. Almost everything on Thursday came in plus. So that's definitely gonna be like where all the stuff, like that's the busy day for plus coming up this week. Okay, let's go to the 8th. Which is Friday. I think I have a pair of skinny jeans from Judy, and I have a couple of tops. Yes, I have two long sleeve tops and another pair of jeans from Judy. We've got all the jean brands this week because the first pair that I tried on was Risen. The ones I'm just taking off now are RFM, and then I'm about to put on Judy. So we got a little bit of rep from everybody here. Or at least everybody that makes plus size jeans anyways. Okay, so this top is available in 2 colorways. So same kind of thing that I did with the Lady G. I'm just gonna put the one on and I'll bring the other one over for show so we can see the different colors, but these ones do fit identically. So these ones are from Haptics. So these are the Jessie Color Block long sleeves. This is taupe and magenta, and this one was coffee and charcoal, I think it was called. So although I do find that the tan colors are pretty much the same, but we do have the magenta on here, and the magenta is this heathered magenta, and then we have the charcoal on this one, which is also a heathered effect on here. So these are both from the brand Haptics. These are retailing for $56. I'm gonna put the magenta one over here now. They're both retailing for $56, and they're available in sizes small through 3X, with the medium size being a 1X for these ones. These ones we do find fit true to size. They do have a relaxed fit, but we still all take our true sizes. So Christine was still in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa in the 1X, and I am wearing my typical 3X. If I wanted it to be less relaxed, I could size down to a 2X, but again, I like that intentional kind of slouchy, super drop shoulder effect with it being like almost, this one is also almost cut like a dolman sleeve, because you can see it's kind of just like a big square, and then the sleeves kind of attached to the side there. And so I prefer my dolman tops to be larger and slouchier and comfier. So I opted to stick with my usual 3X for this one. I love the details on this one with the exposed serging where the 2 different fabrics meet. It kind of sits, it doesn't know which way to sit. It's kind of like vertical standing on end, if that makes sense. So kind of like if you flip it, you can see either side of the fabric. Just gives a little bit more dimension. I like that there's like that physical breakup other than just the color transition between the different colors. And then if I go out, we can see that we get 2 stripes of each color on the body, and then 2 of the charcoal and 1 of the tan color on the sleeve. And then we turn around to the back. The back is that taupe color fully from end to end, but you still get that little bit of color on the sleeve for this one. So again, these are both from Haptics. They are the Jessie Color Block long sleeve tops. This is, so we have the taupe and magenta. They are poly rayon spandex, by the way. I don't think I said that. So there is the taupe and magenta, and then the other one is the latte and charcoal, is what we described the color as for this one. They're both going to be retailing for $56, and again, sizes small through 3X. And we're all wearing our typical sizes. If you want it to be a little bit less relaxed, you could size down, but we all kept with our true sizes for that intentional kind of oversized fit on these ones. And then we have the Judy jeans. I will do kind of a French tuck up. These are like the most quintessential classic skinny jeans. So I'll go through these ones pretty quickly as well, because they are just exactly what you would expect from a pair of skinny jeans. Be still my millennial heart. So these are the Judy Blue mid-rise skinny jeans. That's it. The Walters. These ones are retailing for $97, and they're available in sizes 1 through 15 and then 14W through 22W. And for these ones, everyone is in their typical Judy size. So Christine is in her 3, Carrie's in her 9, Melissa's in her 14, and I am in my typical 18 for these ones. I will say there may be a tiny bit stiffer. There's like this, I can tell there's like a band like right where the attached of like the top of the waistband here is sewn on. That's a little less stretchy than typical, but not enough to warrant me sizing up a size. Just something to be aware of, that like most skinnies I find don't have like a harder like seam like this, but this pair does. But again, for me, it was not enough to impact the actual size that I wore in the jean, and every other aspect of the jean fits exactly how I would expect a Judy Blue skinny to fit me. So for these ones, we do have some really fun, pretty dramatic whiskering actually on the front pockets, like even like in the pocket, like on this specific pair. I mean, of course it varies from pair to pair because of the way that they're dyed and washed, but this one has like a really dramatic white line in the pocket, which I think is really cool. And then we do have the fading on the front of the thighs. The length on the skinny jeans is a little bit shorter. I think that's pretty par for the course. A lot of skinny jeans end up looking like ankle jeans on me, but that's okay because ankle jeans are a thing. So I can just roll with it and act like they're supposed to look like that. If we turn around to the back, we have significantly less fading on the back pockets and the thighs. And there's no physical distressing anywhere on these jeans. So again, much like the RFM ones were like a very classic, like wide leg kind of style of jean, this is a very classic skinny style of jean for sure. So again, this is the Judy Blue mid-rise skinny jean. Look, sweet, simple, to the point, aka Walter. $97, sizes 1 through 15 and then 14 through 22W. And we all are wearing our typical Judy sizes for this one. Okay, that was everything for Friday. I have some ampersand that was brought my way, and I don't know if it's in the system yet. I don't know if it'll be Saturday or Sunday or some other time, but it is there. So I'm curious, let me see, will it be on Sunday maybe? I'm not sure, because for now, I have Saturday being a restock of the Cindy sets, but I'm wondering if we're going to do that another day instead maybe. So what I'll do is I'll show off the Cindy sets, because as far as I can tell for now, that's what's coming on Saturday. But I'm also going to show off the ampersand with a TBD, because I'm not sure what day they're coming. I don't know if they'll switch things around. I don't know. We're going to find out. But either way, we will hop on to the Cindy set just to talk about those, because they will be coming very soon. And then I will show off the ampersand. Okay. I'll have to double check in the iPad when I'm back over there, but I know that we're getting quite a few colors for the Cindy sets, but I'm not sure if all colors are coming in all sizes. So I will be able to double check once I have the iPad, but I am putting on the bright blue set, since that is what's right here for me. Okay, there we go. Here is the bright blue set. So these are the Cindy V-neck sets. So as of right now, as far as I know, these are launching on Saturday, but I don't know because we have ampersand stuff, I don't know if they'll swap it around or what, but these are launching probably this weekend at some point. I don't see anything launching on Sunday, so I wonder if we'll bump these to Sunday. I don't know, maybe we'll do ampersand on Sunday, but this is the Cindy V-neck set. We have them launching in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors, and 5 of the colors will be available in plus. So this is the bright blue, and then we'll also have black Ash Jade, which I'm so excited about because that's probably like my favorite color that it comes in. Ruby, Dark Olive, and the Bright Blue are all going to be available in Plus. And then for small through XL, we have Eggplant, Mahogany, Cabernet, those three, yeah. So yeah, 3 that are only available in straight sizes. So the Eggplant, Mahogany, and the Cabernet. And then we have the Bright Blue, the Dark Olive, the Ruby, the Ash Jade, and the Black that would be available in the full size range Plus included. So for the ones that come in Plus, they're going to be available in sizes small through 3X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X, which is fantastic. I'm wearing my typical 3X in these ones. Because they are a set, I ordered the 3X for myself. If it was separate, I would probably size down in the t-shirt because I do find that the 3X definitely has quite a bit of room for me. That being said, with it being a lounge set, it is definitely meant to be slouchy and loose and comfy. It's that poly spandex, but it's that really soft brushed material that some of the Zenana like lounge and pajama stuff comes in that just feels amazing. Like, look at me, I'm just sitting here like petting my t-shirt because it feels so nice. Super long, it has this slit down the side, and it is quite a bit longer in the back than the front. It's pretty much tunic length on me, which means on most folks it will be straight up tunic length, which is good because the bottoms that it comes with are these leggings. They are the same super soft brushed material. These are the reason that I still go with the 3X because they're sold as a set. I do find that if I try the 2X in these, they're just a little too tight in places I don't want it to be tight, and I lose some of the length. They're already definitely like an ankle length crop on me, and if I size down to the 2X, I find that they get even more cropped and they're just a little bit tighter, especially in this kind of like upper stomach area than I would like it to be. So because of that, I stick with my usual 3X. Definitely for the pants because they are sold as a set. If they were sold separately, I would potentially size down in the top, but as a set, I would rather go with the 3X and just kind of like get the fit because it's not like it's super duper oversized. And again, because it's a lounge set, it's meant to have that fun, relaxed, flowy vibe to this one. One other thing with the top is that we have this little rolled effect. It is tucked and sewn right here. And I believe there's also on the underarm, there is a little stitch that is keeping it rolled, but then it does the little like slumping thing in the front. You could untuck that if you wanted to just let the sleeve be long, but I do think that the sleeves they'd be like to the elbow if they did that. I think they'd be a little bit on the long, like too long side, so I do like that they have the little tuck for that rolled effect on this one. So again, these are the Cindy V-neck sets. This one is the Bright Blue. They're going to be retailing for $44, so that includes both the t-shirt and the leggings. That's for the full set, that's not just one piece. So that is a really good deal, and both pieces will be the same size when you order them. So again, we have 8 colors coming, 5 of which will be available in the full size range, which are Black, Ash Jade, Ruby, Dark Olive, and the Bright Blue that I'm wearing. And then the 3 colors that will only be small through XL are Eggplant, Mahogany, and Cabernet. Yeah, so like I said, as far as I know, those are launching on Saturday. Things might change because Ampersand is here, and I'm not sure yet, so that's that. And finally, we're going to be moving on to Ampersand. They're not tagged yet, so I don't have all of the information. So it'll be more like a sneak peek than anything because I don't know when they're launching, I don't know prices. So I'm just going to put them on, I can read the names, do all the tags, and we can get excited about them together and try to figure out when they're coming actually, because I don't know. I've got 2 sets here by the looks of it. There's like a sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a hoodie that are all kind of like vibing together, which is fun. There's a purple set and a blue set. So I think I'm just gonna make sure that they're the same like sets, like the same kind of pieces, which I believe they are. We've got the lace pocket shorts. We've got t-shirts and then zip-ups. Perfect. So I'll try on the blue stuff first because that stuff's all unwrapped for me, so you won't have to deal with the sounds of like crinkly packaging. Oh, except the t-shirt is definitely still packaged, but that's okay. Okay, we've got the shorts on, putting the t-shirt on. And then the full zip sweatshirt. Okay, I was just checking because I was curious if this was going to be a university hoodie or the classic full zip. And now I'm not sure because the tag said full zip, but it definitely fits like university full zip. Maybe it did say university full zip and I just didn't see that part. So I'll bring the others here too. So this is the first of the sets that we have. So we've got, this has to be university full zip. There's no way, because it fits just like the black one and the Heather Charcoal ones that launched, what was that, not this past weekend that just happened, but the weekend before. That sold out insanely fast. I'm really happy that I managed to snag one of the black ones because of course that's my absolute like perfect hoodie, is like an all black one with just a little pop of white. So it is the same fit as that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is definitely the university full zip. The university zip up, and then this is the Lulu tee underneath, and these are the lace pocket shorts. I'm wearing a 3X in all pieces, which is my true size. I will say for the university zip ups, if it's the regular classic zip up or like full zip, I go with a 3X. And then with the university zip up, because they are a much more relaxed style, I'm in between. And when I ordered myself the this same hoodie but in black, I actually intentionally ordered myself the 2X because I wanted it to be a little bit more fitted like the classic full zip style. I still have lots of length in the sleeve and everything, but I did want it to be a little bit more fitted. So I ordered that one in a 2X for myself and it still fit really nice. So I can wear the 2X or the 3X in the university full zips, depending. I'm still a 3X in the shorts. And then the Lulu's tees are definitely more of a fitted t-shirt style. So I definitely need the 3X in the Lulu tee. So I can take off the hoodie and we can see it is this really cute ditzy floral pattern running all throughout. I do have one of the Lulu tees. I have the one that came from Halloween that had the candy corn print all over it, and I wear it all the time. I wear it year round, even outside of Halloween, because of course I do. And I do really like the fit of the Lulu tees. They are a little bit, it took me a minute to get used to because I'm not used to wearing a more slim fit t-shirt, but I just wore it with a pair of cute jeans and did like a French tuck kind of thing, and like within like an hour I didn't feel like it was too like form-fitting or anything. And I want to make it clear, like it's not like it's tight and it feels like it's closing me or anything. It's just I typically tend to wear a little bit more of a relaxed style of t-shirt, so wearing something as fitted as this that isn't like a ribbed bodysuit was a little bit to get used to, but I still really like the way that these fit. Are they on? That would explain why I can't find them. That would make a lot of sense. Let me go to last Sunday. Or last Saturday, I guess, which would have been the 2nd. Yes, they are. Thank you very much. That is exactly what happened, is that I'm like, why don't I see them coming up? It's because these are already online. Perfect. Thank you so much, Natasha. That makes so much sense. Yes, so we have the full zip sweatshirt. The blue color is called Forget Me Not. So we have the full zip sweatshirt and the lace pocket shorts. We still have a few available. I'm trying to see what we have. So this is for the lace pocket shorts in the blue. We have extra small, medium, long. We have everything but small left for those. For the Forget Me Not zip up sweatshirt, so the one back there, we have everything but extra small still available, which I'm kind of surprised by, but maybe it's because people didn't realize I was launching, because like me, like it was a long weekend. I was not thinking about shopping, quite the opposite, because I was getting stuff because it was my birthday this weekend. So we have that. And then for the Lulu tee that I'm wearing currently, we still have, show me the inventory please. these. We have everything available but size large. We're sold out to size large, but we have the other colors. And then we also have the purple variants, which are the Lavender Daydream, which are so my vibe for sure. So for the Lavender Daydreams, we have, this is the pattern. It looks like it's a very, very similar pattern, not quite exactly the same, because these ones are more like little rosettes, and I like that the background of the tee isn't just white, it's like this really pretty light lavender color. So that is the Lavender Daydreams Lulu tee. And then for the shorts and the hoodie, we have this really, really cute, wait, I want to check. Is that, oh, they totally are. I was like, wait, these match the t-shirt. So do these. So these make so much sense as a set, because not only do we get the lace on the back pocket, but the back pocket also matches the same material as the t-shirt. I didn't even notice that until I held this pair up. That is so cute. So that's the same case for the shorts. The back pocket on the shorts is the same material as the Lulu tee. That is so freaking cute. I love that. I didn't even notice that. And then for the University full zip sweatshirt, we do have it in this checkered purple, and this one still has the lace trim. It's kind of hard to see with the way it's folded up, but there you can see it on the edge of the pockets and around the hood and everything. So it still has all of the fun little lace details. Oh my god, I'm like extra excited about these now, because I did not even notice when I was putting these on that the back pocket here is actually the same material as the t-shirt. That is so cute. So for the purple, for the sweatshirt, what do we have for inventory? We have a little of everything available. That's shocking, actually. The t-shirt, we have a few of all sizes available. Incredible. And then for the shorts, we have only one left of a few sizes, but we do still have at least one of every size for the shorts, which I am genuinely really surprised by, because of how stinking cute these are. Okay, so yeah, so everything for the ampersand, that was why I was so confused, because this stuff actually launched on this previous Saturday, August 2nd, so this stuff is already online, which is why I'm like, is this launching this weekend? I'm so confused. No, because it launched this weekend, that just happened, and I did not notice. So I'm very glad that you pointed that out. Thank you so much, Natasha. All right, with that, that is everything from me. Thank you everyone who joined and hopped in to say hi. My name is Michelle. I'm the size 3X/2X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a size 3X, sometimes 2X in tops and bottoms. I'm an 18W in Judy Blue and RFM denim, and I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time to try on all of the plus size pieces that are launching at LLB for the week. So if that's something you want to check out, you can find me next week exactly where you found me this week, which is on Facebook and Instagram at 11 a.m. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your week. Happy first week of August, and I'll see you all next week.